Hey everybody, this is Dump Truck. This is off the CD Crème de Résistance, which you're listening to now. I am Ryan.
I'm Patty.
I'm Coco.
And this is our audio commentary where we talk about the album and how we wrote it and recorded it and made it and why it's so gosh darn good. I guess a little backstory on the name Crème de Résistance. We were recording the album and we had one song which was really good. And I was like, oh yeah, that one's, what is that, the Crème de Résistance? And then Patty went, you mean the
Crème de la Crème.
Crème de la Crème.
Or
and then,
Piece de Résistance.
Yeah, or Piece de Résistance. And I actually had crossed the two over. So that's how the name came about, was my ineptitude at the English language.
All right.
Yeah, or French language. Anyway, and the name Dump Truck, we just want a good name.
There's another band from Massachusetts in the early 80s called Dump Truck. And actually, I got called out on that last Christmas by somebody. But it's very unlikely to ever happen again. So they asked whether or not they had some new music out. And it was us.
Alright, here's the first song. Oh, is that an intro? Yes, this is when we recorded inside the lab of an evil mad scientist. He had a talking computer.
I messed up.
Yeah.
I messed up in this part too.
Yeah?
Yeah, bad.
Huh.
Oh.
I just stopped.
Couldn't tell from your normal drumming style.
No, I acted like it was supposed to be that way.
This song is called Tripping on Horkheimer. Patty, give him the 411.
Well, it's...
Oh, wait. What do you say this next line?
You with puckish coyness shuffled on the rings of Saturn to say hi.
Pointish?
Puckish.
Puckish?
Puck. For Midsummer's Night Dream.
Oh, okay.
I thought you said, like, puckish, cornish, shuffle, battered wings are high.
No. It refers to Dr. Jack Horkheimer, who is the astronomer who ends PBS's broadcast day on Sunday evenings. And
Hello, stargazers. That guy?
Yeah, that guy. And his whole thing is he deals with naked eye astronomy. In other words, what you can just look up at the sky and see without the use of binoculars or a telescope or anything like that. And if you really think about what you're seeing with naked eye astronomy, is you're seeing, the visible passage of time, which is, something that Timothy Leary also talked about when he was doing his mind expansion experiments on LSD. And so, if you really, it's really easy to draw a comparison between, the actual visual product of Horkheimer's show and Timothy Leary's LSD trips, and that's kind of what you've got there. Does that make sense?
Yeah. When I think about this song, I think about how my bass part sounds like the Groovy Googly's Graveyard Girlfriend.
Yeah. Well, it does have the line in there about the graveyard too.
Yeah.
Because another way to see the visible passage of time is to see, the humanity that's basically vanished. And you see that in a graveyard or in history or
or on PBS.
On PBS.
Yeah. Coco. Tell us about the song. He's telling you telepathically, so if you didn't hear that, then you're obviously not intelligent enough to listen to this. Yeah.
I don't really like this guitar part anymore.
Yeah, there are quite a few songs of ours that we finish with the chorus, and then we go into some sort of musical part that just ends.
I think that was one of the first songs I ever wrote on electric guitar.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I think so.
That's a good song. This song is about that movie.
Encino Man?
Oh yeah, one of the best Pauly Shore movies.
I think the best Pauly Shore
Well, you obviously never saw Biodome.
The finest
Biodome is amazing.
film
Encino Man's really good.
1990s right here.
Yeah. So yeah, tell us about why you want to write a song about Encino Man.
It's not so much. It's not like I really had a choice in the matter. I think the bigger question is why aren't there more songs about Encino Man?
True that. True that.
this featured some really outstanding trombonery from Coco.
Thank you.
I think this was the only part of the CD that Matt actually enjoyed recording.
This doesn't sound like us at all.
No.
No.
I never liked the song until we recorded it.
Yeah.
I think this is one of those cases where this also doesn't sound much like the way it appeared in my mind either. But I write songs that don't. I mean, my initial plan for them is quite different than the way they turn out.
Yeah.
And I think this is an example of a song that's really almost entirely like my creative process, and it doesn't sound like anything else we do.
Well, I thought the song was like, we played it one way and it was kind of rough, and then we went into the recording room and started working on it, and then when I heard the first like everything put together with Coco's trombone and your picking stuff, it sounded very Caribbean to me.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking, well, and I was like, wow, this is much different than what I had initially thought, because there's accordion in this too, isn't there?
No,
There is it?
not at all.
What's that?
Organ?
That's an organ, yeah.
Organ. Oh, that's from the keyboard.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I used the MIDI controller and got a lot of it.
I totally thought that was the accordion you brought.
Because I thought I was going to get called out by who, I don't know, but I thought that the keyboards were going to sound really corny in this. And I'm not sure they don't, but...
Alright. So what else about the song?
It's from the point of view of Pauly Shore's character from Encino Man.
What was his name?
Stoney.
Stoney.
Stanley something, I don't remember. I should have researched it.
Was that the origin of the, was that the first Weasel reference in Encino Man, or was that in Son-in-Law?
No. The Weasel comes from his personal material.
Yeah, but like first time it ever appeared on film.
No, he was in Encino Man.
Okay.
Coco's trombone playing always sort of captures that dying elephant. You know, sound.
All right, this is our third track, Spring Break, with an exclamation point. Patrick and I wrote this coming back from a band practice in Tuscaloosa, and we just started coming up with ideas. And these woos are in homage to John Woo, the famous director. So every time you hear us go woo, we're making a shout out.
John Woo actually wants to direct the video for this.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he does. He's been calling.
We ain't got time for that, quality.
So what do you think? You like this song pretty well.
Yeah, I went to Florida with my girlfriend, and I played nothing but this song and Walk on the Ocean by Coco the whole time.
That's a really good song too. I've saved for the longest time her voicemail that she sent me. She just screamed, "Spring break, motherfucker."
This is the only time that my voice is on the CD.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Well, that and when at the beginning you mess up and whatnot. One day someone's gonna bare their bosoms at us at a show when we do this song.
Somebody's gonna what?
Bare their bosoms at us.
Oh, yeah.
God bless America. That was improv to that, yeah. Patty said keep it, so we did. Alright, this is of Lobsters in Lincoln. I think this is when we first actually started getting good.
I think this is when we first started writing. This was one of the first songs we wrote for
Yeah,
Dump
but
Truck.
this is the first one that actually sounded really, really tight and really just went all over the place.
How did we end up with a song like that?
Oh,
Like,
I
this
know. Well, let's see. Patrick and I think I came up with the bass riff first, wasn't it? I was just going ding 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 ding, and then Patrick came up with some stuff, and we were looking around his room, and you have a Abraham Lincoln thing in here, don't you, somewhere?
No.
Okay, never mind.
That's not how the song came.
I I don't know. We just started talking, and then it somehow managed to be about Abraham Lincoln fighting a radioactive lobster back in the 1800s.
It was a lot more. It was a lot more of a metaphor for his struggle, you know, with like emancipation. Because if you'll remember, the original lyrics were really several pages long. They got paired.
This rhymes great.
Yeah.
Boy, what is it?
As a boy in Indiana on the night there was a Windiana, cold one. But yeah, the lyrics got pared down to the point where they're insensible. Not that they were going to make a great deal of sense, you know, when they were some very strained metaphor for, you know, his own inner turmoil. But.
Or Gut Bucket.
Or Gut Bucket. Gut Bucket was the black R&B music club in the 1950s.
Was it? I did not know that.
Very famous one.
I actually got the line Gut Bucket from the comedian Patton Oswalt. He had a CD where he talked about AM radio versus public radio, and about how, you know, like all the, you know, Republican folks that just want to, you know, spout off about just random stupid stuff, about how everybody's doing things wrong, and about how their opening music is always like Gut Bucket rock and roll. It's really loud, like Led Zeppelin and stuff. But then National Public Radio is like a lonely horn in a sewer drain, just. And so I like the line Gut Bucket.
And you're about to hear "I Don't Want to Come Back from the Dead."
You know, they actually don't know that we took a break.
Oh, we did.
Oh yeah. Alright, this song we did with the Birmingham Philharmonic. They said that they really like Dump Truck Stuff and want to be a part of the album. So, no, this is actually just some samples from GarageBand that made it sound like a completely different band. The song's called I Don't Want to Come Back, parentheses, From the Dead.
Oh yeah, it's just I Don't Want to Come Back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about zombies. Because, that's pretty much all I really know how to write songs about.
At one point, this really was by far the worst song we did, and I don't know what happened, but it's really come together since then.
Once you found these like sample clips, it really made it a whole lot better. And then once we got to practice it more with
it, I think once we all got an idea of what it really was supposed to sound like.
This is what we were playing when we got held up at gunpoint.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the point, yeah, we were held up at gunpoint in our practice space while playing the song, and it was at the point in the song where I'm singing, "Please shoot me in the brain."
Two fellas running with guns.
Yeah.
Give us your wallet.
Yeah, they took 3 wallets and made out with $15, all of which was mine.
What I think was really funny about that was that when someone tells you to lay down on the ground and they're holding a gun, like usually people lay face down on the ground. Patrick lay on his back.
He actually sat down and leaned back.
Well, I'm not proud of my behavior during that whole.
It's very funny in retrospect.
No, I guess I don't think so.
I think
you
so.
learn a lot about yourself at times like that, I think. But yeah, this song, I guess, you know, it's just another one of Ryan's overtures to the animal side of human nature, I guess.
Yeah. One more thing about this song is that the perspective actually goes back to 2 different views. There's the view of the virus, which is inside the actual person, and then there's the view of the person himself being attacked by the virus. So it's sort of like an internal and external dialogue.
Yeah.
Which I think was intentional. Okay, this song is called Dancing with the Devil. This is the only song that I entirely wrote, and then brought to the guys because Coco said we need to do a metal song. So this is something that I had. It's a little dancey, which I actually really like.
It doesn't sound so much like metal.
Yeah, I kind of wish that more of our songs had this sort of danceable boogie kind of a beat. But yeah, this song was actually inspired by the Ozzy Osbourne video "Shot in the Dark," where there's this girl that's out with her friends in like 1986 or 88, and she's got like zebra pants on, all kind of stuff, and the whole night's her getting all dressed up in like her metal gear and going out with her friends at the Ozzy Osbourne show, and then she turns into this like mythical woman who's like a super vixen and eyes glow and that kind of stuff. And I kind of had that in my mind when I was writing it, because it's about this girl who's getting all decked out to go dancing, but she's going to go dancing with the devil out on the town and in the woods. And yeah, I was actually real proud of the song when I wrote it. I was.
And if you ever read the lyrics, never mind. Reads like a Dick and Jane story. Yeah, they're gonna do this. Yeah. They're gonna do that. They're gonna do this. They're gonna do that.
It's all proactive.
I thought it was about Batman.
Batman?
Yeah.
No.
Because it has the. Jack Nicholson ever danced with the devil in the film?
Oh yeah.
No, it's actually has nothing to do with Batman.
And the original lyrics were fantastic, because Ryan would actually, at the end of a line, like a verse, he would say, they're in the mood to get down with the groove, and that gave me this perfect opportunity to sing, get into the groove, boy, you've got to prove, and really infuse a Madonna reference in a song that is ordinarily not really given lightly to Madonna references.
Don't I still say they're in the mood to...
You do it, but you do it at an earlier part, so as to thwart me.
Okay.
Because I don't think you like it or you liked it when I did that. Did you?
Well, whatever.
This guitar part's ridiculous.
I like it.
This is my favorite song you do.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's good. I like it. I like playing it a whole lot. I actually mess up on the bass part in the very beginning of the song when it's like first starting, but I don't think you can really tell. But I'm not strumming quite right because I was kind of nervous.
I just play really fast.
Yeah, I like skip a few notes or run something together.
This is the oldest song that we do.
Yeah, the song was actually from a movie that I did like a long time ago, and I used the song that Patrick wrote for it. It's the song is called Psalm 666, but I remember that you really didn't like that title for the song. That you wanted to call it like the Devil Song or something else.
Now or something.
Now. But I had a CD with it from back in the day, which I called it Psalm 666, and I always thought that was workable. Anyway, what's the song about, Patrick?
Why don't you tell them about it?
It's about the devil and about how there are a lot of people that have a lot of ideas about religion, but the devil's beyond religion. He's like your big red buddy, You just calling up your friend and saying you want to drink some blood. I don't know. You wrote the great thing.
It reminds me of the time that Patrick got strangled for.
What?
Because he used to sing this song all the time, and you had been singing the song the night that you got strangled for singing Freebird.
Oh God, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was a real good night. I think that's the only night that I ever saw you in the mood to really rip somebody a new one.
But no, I was totally. I mean, it was all a bunch of bluster, because once the guy strangled me, if I recall, I started screaming, "Call the police! Call the police!" I mean, it's unrock and roll. I mean, piss some people off by having a fresh new interpretation of a
Freebird.
And
where he just shouts Freebird,
and then you can't back it up with anything.
Well, you kind of brought him in with the
Oh, because I play
it
more or
starts
less
off
correctly.
like regular Freebird, and so they were singing along, and then you start screaming Freebird.
This is also one of my favorites, actually.
I don't like the song.
This song has.
I don't like it.
I when we first wrote it, I really liked it, but now I'm actually not too keen on it. The song's called 54. This is the most useless chorus of any song ever in history. It's just counting from the number 51 to 56 and then back down again. It's actually based on two dreams, one of which was mine, one of which was a friend that I know named Brooke, and she was telling me about this dream where she was being chased by wolves, and so she was running and she was scared. She was trying to get away from these wolves, and so she kept running to the river because she thought if she made it to the river that she'd be safe. But I don't think she ever made it to the river. And,
I thought of it a lot more as like automatic writing, you know, where if you think of American visual artists in the 50s and 60s, a real strong obsession of theirs was to just write strictly from the subconscious.
Yeah.
You know, it was a very like Jungian concept that there were these universal images and ideas that came even before we had culture, and that there was some way to tap into it all, and that it just came naturally, and it came part from, you know, your dream, your subconscious, and it came part from something deep within human nature, and just to write something so, I mean, pointless and meaningless is sort of beautiful in a way, because it comes freely and without any attachments.
Yeah. Anyway, the second verse here was. Wait, no, you're right.
I'm
trying
right about that.
I'm trying to talk about this real fast before the song ends.
You didn't think about what?
All right. The second verse was about a dream that I had about how I had this recurring dream where I'm being surrounded by rattlesnakes, where they're everywhere, and I can't step anywhere without stepping on a rattlesnake. And also about how I had this giant tuna that had lobster claws, and I was being chased throughout my entire dream because it was going to be so delicious and everybody wanted to eat it.
Did you ever notice when you say rattlesnake, I try to make a rattlesnake noise?
I did notice that, actually. And Patty goes, yikes! Which I like a lot.
And we're about to hear...
Breaking the rules?
Breaking the rules.
Oh Lord. Sweet Father God. It is.
If you like it, then you talk about it.
What?
Yeah. We don't want to talk about it. This is your chance to shine.
I think the song would be better
if I did not have such horrible vocals.
No, that's fine. They're the most hastily written lyrics I think there have ever been. And, I mean, they're really of the caliber of, like, Avril Lavigne's Skater Boy in terms of, you know, how insipid and mindless they are. Minus the narrative. I mean, I don't even get that. But, of course, the reason we changed the lyrics were out of sensitivity to a friend of ours.
Yeah. It was originally called Tank in the Pool.
Which is much better.
Which is for a band Patrick and I used to be in called Bat. And we really liked the song, but... Bat just wasn't really in a place to really work on any new stuff. So when Patrick said that he wanted to,
it wasn't me. It was.
Well, no, Coco wanted to do something with like you because y'all been in the Stepdaughters. So like we already had this song, so we just kept the music but changed the words around, and I still like it. I just hate my voices in them. I try to do that 50s. It's not very good.
And what's funny is that, you know, I'm a tenor and you're a baritone or a bass. Are you a bass or a baritone?
I don't know, deep.
Yeah, and I can't hit those notes and you can. You know, that's funny to me.
Yeah, but this song is about breaking the rules, doing everything like you're not supposed to do, like wearing jeans at the water park, or riding your bicycle at night, or swimming after you eat. You know, all those things that really matter. I don't know. Coco, what did you think the song was about?
There's not a lot of interpretation. I don't think.
Do you have any good memories of this song? Bad memories?
No. I think this is one of the songs. Each of us have this sort of not too private desire to see each other make fools of themselves. And I think that's the reason that Coco likes this song so much, is because Ryan, of course, just looks like a buffoon. And I have to say these things, you know? These terrible lyrics.
Once we write some better songs, we won't play this very much at shows.
There'll be some more examples of us really
sneaking it up.
Delighting, and Ryan's making a fool of himself in just a moment with another song called Sneak.
No, God. Oh, goodness. This band should be not called Dump Truck, just let's see what we can get Ryan to do.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Here it is.
Okay.
This is a sneak. I think, was it, did you come up with the keyboard first or I come up with the bass first?
You came up with the bass first. This is the worst song we have.
I think it's a really good song. I really like playing the bass on this song. And I think the concept of the lyrics are really good.
I like I studied the moves of the gator.
Yeah. It's actually because of that stuffed animal down there, that little alligator. And I was looking at it and I was like, oh, that gator, and then we started talking about gators. Yeah, it's about a guy that I don't know if he's obsessed with a girl or likes a girl or just anybody, but he's having to watch somebody that he really wants to watch, but he's doing it in such cartoonish ways. You know how like Wile E. Coyote used to like dress up as a sheep just to go out and get the sheep? It's sort of like this guy just doing all these really weird things to get close to somebody.
And it's, you know, in a post Virginia Tech world, this song probably is insensitive to past the point of tolerance. Virginia Tech?
What does that have to do with the man and acting like a gator?
The shooter at Virginia Tech stalked women.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I haven't paid attention. This is my Peter Steele moment. This is where I want to sound like the dude from Type O Negative.
It's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Your lyrics.
And this was a stream, like we tried to write lyrics for this part, but none of them really seemed to work very well.
There were some really good ones, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes back to the whole let's humiliate each other issue, because I had come up with some lyrics for this that were
Hello, you.
How are you?
Apple, cherry, lemon, lime. Didn't really go with the song whatsoever, and I wanted to keep it somewhat consistently themed. And so when we had Patrick and I had recorded some demos for Coco to learn the songs with, that deep part was just stuff that just came off the top of my head. It was just stream of consciousness thing. So Coco said just to use that for the recording. So that's what I did.
I didn't think you wanted to use it, so I went to my car and found the lyrics.
Yeah, because I was like trying to come up with some other stuff. It was okay, but I was having trouble with it. So yeah, washing your face with soap. That's just ad-libbed.
That is brilliant.
Oh goodness!
I'm glad that song's finished.
Monster Party?
No, it's Blood on the Dump Truck. This was the other one on here.
This is the last song we wrote for the record?
Yeah, this is the other one that's pretty much all me, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of a neat concept. It's a little, I don't know if it's contrived or not, but it's like a fable. You don't really hear fables in popular music anymore, but I mean, if you really, look at it from all the technical qualifications of what makes one a fable, it truly is.
What's it about?
About how everyone is or should be just deeply afraid of what's buried in their subconscious. That if anything happens to release all of their inner desires, that it's going to come out, in this really like pyroclastic burst.
Yeah.
That it's good that we keep certain things repressed, because if we just went with all our primal feelings, we'd get ourselves in a lot of trouble. And of course, the story is that this construction equipment was struck by lightning and given consciousness, and it kills all the workers that abused it, and they start to feel remorseful after they kill them. Like they kill the workers in a burst of passion, but then they feel remorse, and they do all these overcompensatory things, like they join the Peace Corps and they find religion and they volunteer with the homeless, and but it never really relieves their remorse and their guilt.
So it's what Transformers should be about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think, that I don't think this functions well as a theme song for Dump Truck, but I think we do need songs with the word dump truck in it. And I think Blood on the Dump Truck is a pretty good
So we need to write for the next record something about a dump truck, like
Swimming with
the dump
trucks.
truck wore tennis shoes.
First dump truck in space.
Oh yeah. We should probably do that one for this record.
Yeah, too late.
Oh yeah, too late.
And that was the moral. That was the moral. If you've ever been mean to a heavy machine, you better get back or you're gonna get whacked.
Yeah.
So the fable ties in.
This is that song we wrote. This is Bare Chested and Arrested. This song Patrick and I wrote. We were at his place, and Coco, don't fall asleep over there. Anyway, we were watching Cops, and there was this blonde guy sitting in his living room with no shirt on, and the cops were interviewing him, and and he was just, you know, as anybody on Cops, just, hey man, I don't know what you want me to do. And so we came in here and decided to write this song, and I like the fact it's like kind of country, but it's about white trash.
I had this great idea. Well, I don't think it's a great idea, but I had this idea for an interactive show where all your songs are narrative, and it's presented like a choose your own adventure story.
Oh yeah.
Where you give the audience the decision of how the story plays out, and that determines what songs you perform during the show. And the only idea I had, you know, for this material was Cops, because I was watching the TV Guide channel, and the description for a particular Cops episode was "fight at the gas station," and that just sounded, you know, like a choose your own adventure title or something, you know. I thought, well, it'd be great to have the suite of songs about a fight at the gas station and let an audience decide how to. But of course, none of us are disciplined enough. Well, first of all, I'm not disciplined enough to do it, and you guys aren't patient enough with it. And besides, you have better sense to never let it happen. So, this is the product. I like this song a lot.
I like it too.
I always thought that you said, I'm not misbehaving.
No.
Which I thought was, every band I've ever been in, there's always been a point where I misunderstood the lyrics, and what I misunderstood I liked better than the actual lyrics. So I thought that you were saying to the cop, I'm not misbehaving.
We're saying I'm out misbehaving, right?
Yeah.
And this was improv, me doing the cop on the CB and the delusional guy.
Double performance, dual role here.
And he actually does say, I am a live man, not a wild man.
Now, I thought that line was really good, that bad ideas in a bottle of Beam, because that really summarizes a lot of the, you know, the petty criminal underbelly of our society, you know?
They're just arrested. They're just arrested again. I like this song a lot. Sometimes I don't think we do it very well at shows, but sometimes we do it really good. But people seem to really like it.
Yeah, that's what's surprising, because I really got real bored with the song for a while. And it wasn't until I heard it recorded that I found out that I really did like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I'm sorry.
Well, it told me it didn't like you either. So.
I don't like doing this song live either.
Okay, this is a Monster Party, which we have a video on this CD if you want to go check it out. Filmed and edited by a.k.a. over here. Hope you guys think it's funny. Anyway, Patrick wrote this song, and so what's the dilly?
You know, it's about a monster party.
Okay, well, thanks a lot.
It's a cautionary lullaby.
Yeah.
You know, that's it, you know.
The first time you played this for us at the practice space, I really did not like this song. It just sat with me the wrong way. But you know, we played it and learned it and played it at shows, and everybody was all about the song. I'm like, okay, well, I guess it's pretty good. So then I listened to it more after we recorded it, and I actually really do like it now. It is a really good song.
I always liked it. It sounds classic. It's an anthem for something.
Anyway, I guess since we're almost done here, we'll go ahead and talk about the album cover, which is we were at a show once in Tuscaloosa at Swayze's, and this guy came up to Patrick and me and said, "Hey, are you guys Dump Truck?" And we go, "Yeah," and he goes, "Oh yeah, here you guys sound like Boston." And we're like, "Boston?" No, you are misinformed. We do not sound anything like Boston. But I've actually kind of gotten into Boston in the past year, and so I'm all about us being more and more like Boston. And so the album cover, after we were told we cannot use the picture of Apollo Creed crossing the Delaware, I photoshopped a dump truck circling Earth like in the many of the Boston albums. Most
Boston albums do have dump trucks circling the Earth or other planets.
Third Stage, I think it's what the album I really like and took from is called. But anyway, I guess that's the end of our commentary. Thank you very much for listening and for buying our record and listening to it.
Mostly for listening.
Yeah, and
this is rather unprecedented.
All right, we have last words, Coco. No. Alright, Patrick, your last words.
Goodbye.
My last word is gut bucket. Check you later.
You say check your mail?
Check you later. Check your mail.
Get on with your bad self.
Goodbye. My name's Ryan.
I'm Patty.
I'm Shank. Hank is thank.
Hey, can we start over? Because it's kind of loud, isn't it?
Yeah.